WLC0 me back to yo the channel JF Coins. Today we are going on an exciting journey to explore one of the most intriguing coins that often goes unnoticed, the 1977 Lincoln cent. Also known as the 1977 1-cent penny from the United States of America, and let me tell you, some of these little copper beauties are worth much more than just 1 cent. In fact, depending on their condition and any rare errors they may have, they can fetch hundreds, even thousands of dollars on the collector's market. Yes, you heard that right, so make sure you watch this video till the very end because today I'm going to break down everything you need to know from the history of the 1977 penny to the reasons why it's so valuable, to the rarest varieties and errors that can make you rich, and finally, how much they are worth right now in today's market, and trust me, you don't want to miss that. The Lincoln Cent series began in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This was the first time a real person appeared on a regular issue U.S. coin. Since then, Lincoln pennies have become one of the most collected coins in the world. Now, by 1977, the Lincoln penny had already been in circulation for 68 years, featuring Lincoln's famous portrait on the obverse. Designed by Victor David Brenner, but what makes the 1977 penny stand out is not just its design, but also the errors and unique minting characteristics that occurred during the year. Before we get to the errors and how much money they can be worth, let's talk about the composition of this coin. The 1977 penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams, which is important because this was before the U.S. Mint switched to the lighter zinc-based pennies in 1982. So, each 1977 penny has actual copper value too, but trust me, their real value goes far beyond just the metal. Now you may be wondering what makes this tiny copper coin so valuable, although not super old. Coins from the 1970s are becoming more collectible, especially as fewer high-grade examples survive. And remember, pre-1982 pennies have almost 3 grams of copper, giving them some intrinsic value. Certain 1977 pennies were struck with rare mistakes, like double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and more, making them incredibly sought after by collectors. If you happen to have a 1977 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, or better yet, a proof-like specimen, it can be worth a small fortune because coins in mint state, MS-65 and above, are much harder to find as time passes. Alright, now let's talk about what can really make your 1977 penny worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. Some 1977 Lincoln cents were struck with doubling errors, where you can see a doubling of letters and numbers like "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1977 itself. These are extremely valuable because they are rare and highly desired by collectors. If you find a 1977 penny that looks like it's missing part of the design, where Lincoln's head or other details are pushed to one side, you may have a valuable off-center strike. The more off-center and the more complete the visible date, the higher its value. Sometimes pennies were struck on metal blanks that weren't fully round. A bite is taken out of them. These clipped planchet errors are quite collectible. This is a unique kind of die break that happens between the letters B and E in Liberty, making it look like it says BIE. These small die cracks are especially popular among Lincoln cent collectors. Alright, let's get to the part you've been waiting for. How much money are these coins really worth? Circulated 1977 pennies, the ones you typically find in your change, are usually worth just their copper value, about 2 to 3 cents depending on the market price of copper. A 1977 penny in uncirculated condition, what we call MS-65 red or higher, can be worth $1 to $10, and in some cases up to $20 or more if it's a beautiful, bright red example. If you have a rare error variety, such as a double die, off-center strike, or clipped planchet, now we're talking hundreds of dollars. For instance, a well-centered off-center 1977 penny can bring $100 to $300, depending on how dramatic the error is. A high-grade MS-67 red 1977 penny, which is almost perfect, has been sold in auctions for $1,000 or more. That's right, $1,000 for a penny. And let me tell you this, some extremely rare proof-like 1977 pennies, or those with exceptional errors, have been known to sell for $2,000 to even $7,000 in private sales and auctions. As of today, some premium examples are listed on market sites like eBay for up to $574.74 or more, depending on rarity, grade, and the eye appeal of the coin. Now, you're probably asking, how do I find one of these valuable pennies? First, check your spare change. Pennies are still heavily used in circulation, and you never know what treasures you might have in your pocket or piggy bank. Second, visit local coin shops, estate sales, and garage sales. Sometimes people sell jars of old coins without knowing what they have. Third, buy rolls of pennies from the bank. This is known as coin roll hunting, and many treasure hunters have found valuable coins this way. And here's a pro tip: invest in a good magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe, so you can examine your coins closely and spot those valuable errors and varieties. If it's in good condition, hold onto it, especially if you think it may be an error. You can have it professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC, which can dramatically increase its value when selling. If you're looking to sell, make sure to compare prices on auction sites, coin shops, and collector forums to get the best deal. But always remember, folks, sometimes that little penny in your hand might be worth a fortune, and that's what makes coin collecting so exciting. Alright, treasure hunters, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating world of the 1977 Lincoln penny, give us a big thumbs up, subscribe for more awesome coin content, and comment below if you've ever found a rare or valuable penny. I'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, happy hunting, and may the coins be ever in your favor. Want me to add specific coin values or error pictures as narration tips? Search reason. Today, we are going to explore one of the most mysterious, rare, and talked about pennies in U.S. history, the 1983 D Ultra Lincoln penny. This is not just any ordinary 1-cent coin. This little piece of copper and zinc could be worth a fortune. Yes, you heard that right. So make sure you watch this video till the end, because I'm going to reveal everything. From its shocking history, why it's so valuable, how to spot one, and what it's worth in today's market, even up to hundreds, thousands, and beyond. And stay tuned, because I'll even talk about the current estimated market value, sitting around $0.57473, and how that can skyrocket depending on condition and rarity. Alright, let's start by talking about what makes the 1983 D Lincoln penny so special. At first glance, this penny might look like any other coin from the 1980s. You've got good old Abraham Lincoln facing right on the obverse, and the classic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But hidden in this ordinary appearance is a secret that has caught the attention of collectors around the world. You see, 1983 was a transitional year for the U.S. Mint. They were shifting fully from copper pennies to zinc-coated coins, and guess what? Some very unique errors and rare issues slipped into circulation. Prior to 1982, most U.S. pennies were made primarily from copper. But due to rising copper prices, the mint decided to switch to a zinc core with a thin copper plating to save money. However, during this changeover period, many mints, including the Denver Mint, that's where the D mint mark comes from, produce coins with mistakes and anomalies. And that is where our 1983 D Ultra Lincoln penny comes into play. Some of these pennies show unbelievable errors, including double dies, off-center strikes, wrong planchets, and heavy die cracks. And here's the kicker. Some 1983 D Lincoln pennies were mistakenly struck on copper planchets, which shouldn't even exist for that year. If you find one of these, you're looking at serious money. Here's a breakdown of what to look for if you think you've stumbled upon one. Wrong planchet errors. Some 1983 D pennies were struck on copper planchets instead of zinc, making them extremely rare. These weigh about 3.11 grams, compared to the regular 2.5 grams of a zinc penny. Double die obverse. Look closely at the date, 1983. The word liberty, and in God we trust. If you see doubling, congratulations, you might have a double die, which is very valuable. Minting errors, things like off-center strikes, broad strikes, and die breaks make these coins one of a kind. High-grade condition. Even if your penny doesn't have an error, if it is in mint state 65 or higher, uncirculated and shiny, it still holds premium value. So before you toss away that penny, take a magnifying glass or microscope, weigh it, and inspect every detail. The base market value of a 1983 D Lincoln penny in average circulated condition might seem low, about $0.57473, but that is just the starting point. If you find a 1983 D struck on a copper planchet, these have been known to sell for $15,000 to $23,500 at auction. Yes, a penny turning into tens of thousands of dollars. Double die examples in high mint state grades like MS65 Red have sold for upwards of $700 to $1,500. And if it's combined with other errors like off-center strike or a die crack, the value can multiply. Not to mention, certified coins graded by PCGS or NGC can fetch even higher prices due to authenticity and collector demand. A 1983 D copper planchet error penny sold for $17,625 in a Heritage Auctions event. A high-grade 1983 D double die obverse penny sold for $200. Even more common but uncirculated examples have been snapped up on eBay and auction sites for $50 to $150 depending on condition.so. As you can see, there's a huge market for these coins and demand is growing, especially for coins in pristine condition or with documented mint errors. Now I know what you're thinking. How can I find one of these? Start with penny rolls from the bank. You can buy rolls of pennies and search through them. Check your change. You'd be surprised how many valuable coins slip through circulation unnoticed. Invest in a good scale and magnifier. Remember, if it weighs 3.11 grams, you might have a copper planchet. Inspect every detail under light. Look for doubling, die cracks, and unusual features. Join coin forums and communities. There are many expert groups online who can help confirm if you have a winner. So there you have it. My friends, the 1983D Ultra Lincoln Penny, a small coin with a huge story and even bigger potential value. Imagine finding a penny that could change your life. All it takes is a sharp eye and a little knowledge, and you could be the next person to uncover one of these hidden treasures. If you found this video helpful or interesting, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a future video about rare coins, paper money, and treasures that could be hiding in plain sight. And hey, drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin, or if you're going to start checking your change more carefully. I'd love to hear your stories. Thank you for watching, and as always, happy hunting and may the next treasure be yours. If you want, I can also add timestamps or a description section to go along with this video. Want me to create that too? Today we are going deep into the world of one of the most fascinating and highly sought-after coins, the 1983 Lincoln cent, also known as the ultra-rare Lincoln penny that could be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. Yes, you heard it right. A simple 1983 penny, something you might have overlooked 1,000 times in your life, could actually be a hidden gem potentially valued at hundreds, even thousands of dollars depending on its variety, condition, and demand in the current market. So sit tight, grab your favorite beverage, and let's dive into the amazing history, value, and secrets of the 1983 Ultra Lincoln penny that could make you richer than you think. To truly appreciate the 1983 Lincoln penny, let's first go back in time and understand the history behind these iconic coins. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, replacing the Indian head cent, and it marked the first time a real person, none other than President Abraham Lincoln himself, was featured on a regular issue U.S. coin. The design has been a staple of American coinage ever since, with the obverse featuring the side profile of Lincoln and the reverse showcasing different designs over the years, including the famous wheat ears, the Lincoln Memorial, and more recently, the shield. But what makes the 1983 Lincoln cent so special? Well, 1983 was a year of major transition and experimentation for the U.S. Mint. After 1982, the Mint stopped using copper-based alloy for pennies and switched to a cheaper composition, zinc-coated with copper, due to rising metal prices. This change not only saved the Mint millions of dollars but also led to a fascinating situation where certain pennies from around that time have unique errors and rarities that are now worth a fortune to collectors. Now, let's get into why the 1983 Lincoln penny has gained such a legendary status in the world of numismatics. First and foremost, 1983 pennies were supposed to be made of zinc with a thin copper coating. However, due to transitional errors and minting anomalies, some 1983 pennies were mistakenly struck on old copper planchets that were left over from before the material switch. To give you an idea, a regular 1983 zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams, but a copper penny weighs around 3.1 grams. So if you ever come across a 1983 penny that feels heavier or tips the scale over 3 grams, you might be holding an extremely rare and valuable coin. But that's not all. 1983 also produced one of the most famous double die reverse pennies, where the design on the back of the coin appears doubled due to a minting error. This type of error can significantly boost the coin's value, making it one of the most sought-after Lincoln cents among collectors. Now, let's talk about how much a 1983 Lincoln penny can actually be worth today. While a typical circulated 1983 penny might only fetch face value, that is, 1 cent, A 1983 double-die reverse penny in mint state condition can be worth anywhere from a few hundred to several $1,000s depending on its grade and demand. Some recent auction records show 1983 double-die reverse pennies selling for over $7,000 to $15,000 when graded in high mint state condition like MS-65 or higher. Yes, that's thousands of dollars for a single penny that many people would overlook in their change jar. Additionally, 1983 copper transitional errors have been known to sell for up to $23,000 or more, making them among the most expensive pennies ever sold from this era. These are incredibly rare, but they do exist and are highly prized by collectors and investors alike. So now you may be wondering, how can I tell if my 1983 penny is one of these rare and valuable types? Well, here are some tips to help you identify them. Check the weight. Use a precise digital scale to weigh your penny. If it weighs around 3.1 grams, congratulations, you might have a rare copper planchet error penny. If it's around 2.5 grams, it's a normal zinc penny. Look for doubling on the reverse. Inspect the back of the penny carefully, especially the words 1 cent and United States of America. If you notice any clear doubling of these letters, you could be looking at a double-die reverse penny worth serious money. Condition matters. As with all coins, the value of a 1983 penny can skyrocket if it's in great condition. Coins that are uncirculated, shiny, and free of scratches or damage fetch the highest prices. So even if you find one that fits the rare types but it's heavily worn, it might not reach those astronomical prices, but it can still be worth a good amount. Professional grading. If you believe you have a rare 1983 penny, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade not only confirms its authenticity but also maximizes its resale value. Now let's discuss the current market trend for these coins as of today. As of now, based on recent auctions and collector markets, a 1983 Ultra Lincoln penny, especially a double-die or copper transitional error, can command prices ranging from $574.72 to over $15,000 depending on the specific error, grade, and demand. It's important to note that the coin market, like all markets, fluctuates. Collector interest, metal prices, and general economic conditions all play a role. But one thing is for sure, rare 1983 pennies are still highly desired and continue to appreciate over time. So yes, that 1 cent 1983 penny in your drawer could be worth way more than a penny, maybe enough to buy you a car, pay off some bills, or even take a vacation. Search bank rolls. Go to your bank and ask for penny rolls. These can be a goldmine for finding rare coins. Check old jars and piggy banks. Sometimes people forget about their loose change collections. You never know what you might find. Visit coin shows and dealer shops. Talking to experts and seeing coins in person will help train your eye to spot valuable varieties. Join online forums and groups. Numismatic communities online are great for learning and even getting opinions on coins you think are rare. So there you have it, folks, the incredible story of the 1983 Ultra Lincoln penny. A tiny coin with a massive potential value. Whether it's a double-die reverse, a transitional copper error, or even just a beautiful high-grade specimen, this penny is a star in the world of coin collecting. If you found this video helpful or exciting, please give us a big thumbs up. Share this video with your friends and family. You never know who might be sitting on a fortune in spare change. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing coin stories, tips, and treasure hunts. Have you ever found a rare 1983 penny? Let us know in the comments below. We love hearing your stories and discoveries. And until next time, happy collecting and good luck on your coin hunts. Let me know if you want me to adjust it for a shorter script, more casual style, or even break it into parts for a video series. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the 1986 1-cent Lincoln penny. You won't believe how much this tiny copper-colored coin could be worth today. Some of these coins are fetching up to $574.71 or even more depending on their condition and unique features. So, if you've got some old pennies lying around, stay tuned because you could be holding a fortune without even knowing it. First, let's talk about where this amazing coin came from. The 1986 Lincoln penny is part of the famous Lincoln cent series that started way back in 1909, celebrating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin has been a staple of American currency for over a century. But what makes 1986 so special? Well, by 1986, The U.S. Mint was producing these coins in both Philadelphia and Denver. And even though millions were minted, certain rare variations and mint errors make some of these coins extremely valuable. Alright, now let's talk about what really makes the 1986 Lincoln penny stand out. Why would anyone pay hundreds of dollars for a coin that says 1 cent on the back? Here are some key factors to look for. If your penny looks brand new, with no scratches, no wear, and full luster, it might be graded as MS65, MS66, or higher, and that's where the value skyrockets. Look very carefully, especially at the date 1986, or the word Liberty. If you see doubled letters or numbers, congratulations, you've got a double die penny, and these can be worth hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars depending on the severity of the doubling and overall condition. If the coin's design looks like it's been pushed to one side or there's an empty space on the edge, that's called an off-center strike, and collectors love these oddities. Some off-center 1986 pennies can be worth $50 to $200 or more, depending on how dramatic the error is. Imagine a penny that was accidentally struck on a dime or foreign coin blank. These ultra-rare mistakes are worth hundreds to thousands. Now, let's get a bit technical for a moment. The 1986 penny was minted in 2 major locations. By 1986, the composition of the penny had changed. Prior to 1982, pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, but starting in mid-1982, the U.S. Mint switched to a cheaper composition, 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. So, if you find a 1986 penny, it's most likely made of zinc, but a wrong planchet copper version could be out there and worth a fortune. Now let's talk about the money because that's why we're all here, right? So how much is a 1986 penny really worth? Well, let me break it down for you. And get this, some verified sales of near-perfect 1986 pennies with errors have been recorded for as much as $574.71 and beyond. That's right. A single penny, less than a gram of metal, worth over $500. Just imagine finding one of these in your coin jar. Grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. You'll need to inspect details. Examine the date, look closely at the numbers for doubling. Check the word Liberty and I in God we trust for any unusual shapes, doubling, or extra lines. Flip to the back and check 1 cent and the Lincoln Memorial for any errors or doubling. Look at the edges. If the design is off-center or if part of the design is missing, that could be a mint error. Weigh the coin. A normal 1986 zinc penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. But if it weighs more, say around 3.1 grams, you might have a copper error coin. Jackpot. Now, if you think you've found a valuable penny, don't just spend it on gum. Here's what you should do. Take clear, high-resolution photos of the coin. Compare it to images of known errors and high-grade coins online. Send it to a reputable grading company like PCGSA Graded Coin Cells for much more. Once graded, you can list it on eBay, heritage auctions, great collections, or take it to a local coin dealer or show to get offers, so there you have it. Folks, the 1986 Lincoln penny may just look like an ordinary coin, but hiding among those billions are some true treasures waiting to be found. Every time you get change back at the store, take a second look. One glance could turn into hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And remember, coin collecting isn't just about money, it's about history, art, and the thrill of discovery. Who knew that a simple penny could hold so much value and story? If you enjoyed this deep dive and you're ready to start hunting for rare coins, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a tip on how to turn pocket change into serious cash. Drop a comment below if you think you've found a rare penny. I love hearing your stories. Thanks for watching, happy hunting, and may your next penny be a rare treasure. If you want, I can create a shorter version too or adapt this for a voiceover script. Want that? Could literally change your life today. We are diving deep into the world of 1988 Ultra Lincoln pennies. That's right, this common-looking 1-cent coin could actually be worth a small fortune and many people don't even realize it. So sit back, relax, and let me take you on a journey through the history, value, and secrets of the 1988 Lincoln penny. And yes, we'll even talk about one that has been valued around $574.70 or even more, depending on condition and demand. First, let's go back in time to 1988. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln penny, had been circulating for nearly 80 years by that time, having first been minted in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln on the centennial of his birth. Now, by 1988, the design of Lincoln's bust on the obverse, that's the front of the coin, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, the back, had become iconic in American culture and coinage history. Fun fact: did you know that the Lincoln cent was the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait? Yes, before Lincoln, only symbolic figures like Liberty graced U.S. coins. But here's where it gets interesting: even though millions of these coins were minted, not all 1988 pennies are created equal. Some have unique errors and varieties that make them extremely valuable to collectors. Now let's talk about value, because I know that's what you're here for. A regular circulated 1988 penny might be worth only its face value, 1 cent. But if you're lucky enough to find a rare variety or error, you could be looking at hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For example, some 1988 Lincoln pennies have sold for hundreds of dollars, and a few exceptional specimens have reached values upwards of $574.70 and beyond, depending on their grade, mint mark, and error type. So what makes a 1988 penny so special? Let me break it down. Here are some key things that make the 1988 Lincoln penny ultra rare and valuable. One of the most famous varieties is the 1988 Lincoln penny with the reverse design of 1989. Known as RDV-006, this error happens when a 1989 reverse die was accidentally used on 1988 pennies. To the untrained eye, they may look normal, but to collectors, this error is a goldmine. How can you spot this? Look closely at the FG initials on the reverse near the Lincoln Memorial. On the 1989 reverse, the letters are bolder and sharper, and the G has a distinctive curve. If you find this detail on a 1988 penny, congratulations. You may have struck copper gold. Some 1988 pennies show doubling on the obverse side, especially on letters like Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the date. If you notice any doubling under magnification, that's a huge find. Off-center strikes can happen when the blank coin is not properly aligned during striking. If you find a 1988 penny that has an off-center strike, especially if it's off by 50% or more while still showing the date, this could be worth hundreds of dollars depending on the severity and how well the error is displayed. A clipped planchet occurs when a piece of the coin is missing due to an error during the cutting of blanks. These can vary in size, but a large, clean clip on a 1988 penny can command a nice premium. Now, what is the current market value for these ultra-rare 1988 pennies? Let's break this down. So yes, a penny in your change today could be worth hundreds, maybe thousands, if it's the right type. So how do you check if you have one of these valuable 1988 pennies? Here's what you need: a good magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe, at least 10x magnification, proper lighting, natural light, or a strong LED lamp works great. Knowledge of what to look for. Now that you've watched this video, you're already ahead. Reference photos. Compare your penny to verified examples of known errors and varieties, and if you think you have a valuable one, send it to a reputable coin grading company like PCGS or NGC for certification. A certified grade can multiply the value of your coin. Why are these 1988 Lincoln pennies getting more attention now than ever before? First, demand is skyrocketing as more people enter the hobby of coin collecting, especially error coins and variety hunters. Secondly, the supply is shrinking because once a rare penny is found and put into a collection, it's taken off the market for good. Third, inflation and rising metal prices make even ordinary coins more interesting, but it's the errors and unique varieties that will always command the highest prices. Check your change. Don't let a valuable penny slip through your fingers. Take a few minutes to examine every 1988 penny you come across. Who knows, you might be holding a $574 treasure, or maybe even more. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more content like this, and share this video with your friends and family. Let them know about the treasure that could be hiding in their piggy banks or coin jars. And hey, drop a comment below if you think you've found a 1988 Ultra penny, or if you have any questions. I respond to as many as I can. Thanks for watching Coin World Treasures, where every penny counts, and sometimes it counts for a lot more than just 1 cent. See you in the next video. Let me know if you want me to add timestamps, call to actions, or shorter versions for YouTube Shorts. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most sought-after Lincoln pennies ever made, the 1992 ultra-rare close AM Lincoln penny from the United States. Yes, a coin that looks like a regular penny but could be worth thousands of dollars if you're lucky enough to have one. And in today's video, not only will I explain how this tiny copper coin could make you rich, but we'll also dive into the history, mintage errors, identifying features, grading factors, and current market value of the 1992 Lincoln penny, including why this coin can be valued as high as $57,469 depending on its grade and rarity. So stay tuned because you don't want to miss a single second of this eye-opening video. Let's start from the beginning and talk about the fascinating history of the Lincoln penny itself, because to truly understand the value of this coin, we need to know where it comes from. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this was the first time a real historical figure was honored on a circulating U.S. coin, making history in the world of numismatics. For decades, this iconic penny went through various changes, including modifications to the design, metal composition, and mintage locations. Fast forward to 1992 and something very unique happened, something that now has collectors and treasure hunters desperately searching for these pennies in their pocket change. So what makes the 1992 Lincoln penny so special? Why is this small coin, normally worth just 1 cent, commanding such huge prices at auctions and private sales? The answer lies in a rare variety known as the close AM penny. You see, on the reverse of most Lincoln memorial cents from 1992, if you look carefully at the word America, the letters A and M are usually spaced apart. This is called the wide AM. But for some unknown reason, a small number of pennies were struck that year with the close AM reverse, where the A and M are almost touching or very close together. This tiny detail is what makes the coin so rare and therefore so valuable. But wait, that's not all. It gets better. Because finding a 1992 close AM penny in high grade, such as mint state 65, 66, or higher, can make you a small fortune. One of these coins, depending on its condition, has been sold in auctions for as much as $20,000, $25,000, and even upwards of $50,000. Yes, you heard that right. One single penny can be worth more than a luxury car or even more than some houses. And when we talk about an ultra specimen or highest known grade, experts believe its market value could reach as high as $57,469 or more, depending on demand among collectors and investors. Now, let me explain how you can identify this treasure if you have one at home. First, take a 1992 Lincoln penny and flip it to the reverse side, where you see the Lincoln Memorial and the word United States of America above it. Focus on the word America. Use a magnifying glass if you need to. If the A and M are very close together, almost touching, then you may have found a 1992 close AM penny. But hold on, before you get too excited, you need to know there are two versions: the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, and the Denver Mint with a D mint mark. The 1992 close AM from Philadelphia is considered the holy grail of this era, with only a tiny handful confirmed to exist. Some experts believe fewer than 20 or even 10 examples might be out there, making it one of the rarest Lincoln pennies ever discovered. The 1992 D close AM is also extremely valuable but slightly more common, though still worth thousands if found in good condition. Now, let's talk about how these errors happened. Back in 1992, the U.S. Mint was preparing for a new reverse design that would be officially used in 1993, and somehow a few 1993 reverse dies were accidentally used to strike some 1992 pennies. That's why the 1992 close AM was born, by sheer accident. These small mistakes now drive massive demand because collectors love coins with a story, especially those created by minting errors. Now you may be wondering, what about the condition or grading of these coins? Well, grading is crucial when determining the value. A worn-out close AM penny found in circulation might still be worth hundreds or even a few $1,000s, depending on demand. But a mint state MS 65 or higher graded coin, that's where you get into the $20,000 to $50,000 plus range, especially if the coin has beautiful luster, sharp details, and no major scratches. So how can you protect your find if you think you have one? First, avoid cleaning or polishing the coin. That can ruin its value. Place it in a protective coin holder or flip, and consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication and official grading. A certified grade can give buyers confidence and ensure you get top dollar for your treasure. Now, let's talk about current market value trends. As of this year, top-grade 1992 close AM pennies are still setting records at auctions. Depending on the grade, auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have seen prices soar. Private sales also occur between high-end collectors. And guess what? The market for rare era coins like this is only growing, especially as more people get into coin collecting and investing. If you are wondering what to look for in your spare change or coin collection, the 1992 close AM penny should be at the top of your list. And if you love coin roll hunting, this is a dream find that could change your life overnight. If you think you found one, get it authenticated immediately because you could be sitting on a jackpot coin worth up to $57,469 or even more if demand skyrockets. So there you have it, friends. The amazing story of the 1992 ultra-rare close AM Lincoln penny, a true treasure hiding in plain sight. Remember to check all your pennies because one small cent could bring you a life-changing amount of money. And if you find one, please come back to this video and share your story in the comments. I would love to hear from you and maybe even feature you in a future video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. Share it with your friends and family so they can check their coins too, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more incredible coin hunting stories, tips, and secrets. Until next time, happy coin hunting, and may you find that life-changing penny. If you want, I can turn this into a ready-to-use teleprompter format or shorten it for different platforms like TikTok or Instagram. Let me know. Could be hiding right in your pocket change. If you are a coin collector, a treasure hunter, or just someone curious about the coins you see every day, then you are definitely in the right place. So today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating and surprising coins you might ever encounter. Yes, we are talking about the legendary 1997 Ultra Lincoln penny. A simple 1-cent coin that could be worth a fortune. That's right. Imagine having a penny, just 1 cent, that could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And today, I'm going to reveal everything you need to know about this mysterious 1997 Lincoln penny. From its history, its hidden secrets, the rare varieties to watch for, the market value, and how you can check if you have one of these valuable pennies sitting unnoticed in your coin jar. So sit tight, grab your favorite drink, and let's get into this incredible journey of a tiny coin with a huge story. First, let's talk about the history of this famous penny. The 1997 Lincoln cent was minted as part of the beloved Lincoln Memorial Penny series. This series began back in 1959, honoring the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and continued until 2008 before transitioning to the Lincoln Bicentennial cents in 2009. But what makes the 1997 penny, minted in Denver, Colorado, so special compared to other years? Well, the Denver Mint produced over 4.6 billion Lincoln pennies in 1997. But only a tiny fraction of these coins have been identified as ultra or special varieties, making them extremely rare and sought after. Now you might be wondering, what is an ultra Lincoln penny? And why is this specific penny worth way more than its face value? Don't worry, we are about to get to that. Now, here's where things get really exciting. Not all 1997 pennies are valuable, but some of them are incredibly rare due to minting errors, die varieties, and striking anomalies. These coins may show double die obverse, meaning doubling on Lincoln's portrait, the date, or the word liberty, and in God we trust. Others may feature off-center strikes, broad strikes, die cracks, or clipped planchets, all of which add tremendous value to an otherwise ordinary penny. But the most famous are the so-called Ultra Lincoln pennies, identified by their unusually strong strikes, brilliant finishes, and sometimes even proof-like appearances even though they were made for circulation. Collectors love these coins because they are nearly flawless and highly eye-catching. And guess what? Some of these coins have been sold at auctions and private sales for hundreds and even thousands of dollars, depending on condition, rarity, and demand. Now let's talk about the money because that's what we all want to know, right? As of today, an average circulated 1997 penny is worth just 1 cent, but when it comes to high-grade specimens and rare error varieties, the story is totally different. In mint state condition, especially those graded MS65, MS66, and above by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, these coins can fetch anywhere from $10 to $50 easily. But that's not all. Coins with dramatic double dies, off-center errors, and proof-like strikes have been known to sell for $500, $1,000, or more. Depending on how rare and pristine they are. One particular 1997 Lincoln penny with an ultra-sharp strike and double die features reportedly sold for over $2,000 at an online auction because of its unique characteristics and perfect condition. And get this, according to some recent online price tracking, one of these ultra-rare coins with outstanding features is being valued and traded at approximately $574.68. Yes, that's right, over 500 times its face value. So now you're probably wondering, how do I know if I have one of these rare and valuable coins? Great question, and here's what to look for. First, check the mint mark. It should have a small D under the date, standing for Denver Mint. Second, look closely at Lincoln's profile. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to examine the fine details. Watch for doubling on the date, Liberty, or In God We Trust. If any letters or numbers look like they have shadows or are doubled, that could be a huge sign. Third, examine the edges and surface of the coin. Are there unusual markings? Off-center designs? If you see a rim that's not perfectly round or letters cut off, you might have an off-center strike. Fourth, look for proof like shine. Some ultra varieties are incredibly shiny and sharp, almost like a mirror. Even if circulated, these coins stand out because of how well struck they are. Lastly, check for any weird cracks, lines, or missing parts on the coin. These could be die cracks, clipped planchets, or other minting mistakes that make your penny worth big bucks. If you think you've found a valuable 1997 penny, don't rush to spend it. First, get it evaluated by a professional coin grading service like PCGS, NGC, or Annex. They will authenticate your coin and assign a grade that can massively affect its value. You can also take high-quality photos of your penny and share them on coin forums, Facebook groups, or Reddit's coin collecting community, where experienced collectors can help you identify what you have. Once you know what you're dealing with, consider listing it on trusted auction sites like eBay, heritage auctions, or great collections where coin collectors are actively searching for rare finds like yours. Here's something exciting to think about. Millions of people have pennies lying around in jars, drawers, cars, and old piggy banks. How many of those coins go unnoticed even though they might be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars? You could be walking around with a small fortune in your pocket and not even realize it. So starting today, I challenge you, yes, you watching this video, to check every penny you come across. Look at the date. Check for mint marks and errors. You never know, the next 1997 Ultra Lincoln penny worth hundreds of dollars could be right in your hand. So there you have it, folks. The 1997 Ultra Lincoln penny is not just an ordinary coin. It's a fascinating piece of American history that could put a lot of money in your pocket if you're lucky enough to find one of the rare varieties. Remember, always check for errors, get them authenticated, and if you're unsure, don't hesitate to ask experts or collectors for help. If you enjoyed this deep dive and learned something new, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos where we uncover more rare and valuable coins. And hey, if you have any stories about valuable coins you've found or questions about your own collection, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy coin hunting. Let me know if you want me to shorten this script for a quicker video or adjust it to a specific style like casual, professional, or storytelling. Today we are going deep into the fascinating world of the 1-cent 1999 Ultra Lincoln penny from the United States of America. You are about to discover the history, value, unique details, and hidden secrets behind this amazing penny that could be worth a lot more than you ever imagined. Yes, you heard that right. This seemingly ordinary coin that might be sitting in your pocket, your drawer, or your old coin jar could actually be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today. And guess what? We are also going to reveal the latest market value, which is currently sitting at an astonishing point of $0.57467. That is right, nearly 60 cents for a coin that originally had a face value of only 1 cent. So stay tuned and do not miss a second of this incredible journey into the world of collectible coins. First, let us take a step back in time to the year 1999. This was a year filled with excitement, fear, and technological advancements. People around the world were preparing for the new millennium, wondering what Y2K might bring, and in the United States Mint was continuing its long-standing tradition of producing the beloved Lincoln penny. But little did anyone know that some of these pennies would one day become some of the most sought-after coins among collectors and investors alike. On the front side, also known as the obverse, we see the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, facing right. This iconic image, originally designed by Victor David Brenner in the year 1909, had been featured on the penny for 90 years by the time 1999 rolled around. The details on Lincoln's hair, his suit, and the lettering around the coin can give us clues about the condition of the coin and whether it holds any extra value beyond its face value. Notice the inscription, "In God We Trust," at the top, Liberty to the left, and the date 1999 to the right. And, of course, just below the date, the tiny letter D or P, or sometimes no mint mark at all, indicating where the coin was minted. The D stands for the Denver Mint, the P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, although most pennies do not carry a P mint mark, and no mark often means it was from Philadelphia as well. Turning the coin over, on the back, or reverse side, we are greeted by the famous image of the Lincoln Memorial, a design created by Frank Gasparo in the year 1959. Look closely, and you can even see the tiny statue of Lincoln sitting inside the memorial. Above the memorial, you see the words United States of America and the legendary phrase E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. At the bottom, of course, is the denomination boldly stating 1 cent. Now let us talk about the different types and conditions of these coins, because this is where things get really interesting. You might be holding a regular circulated coin, which has been used in everyday transactions. These usually show signs of wear, scratches, and loss of sharp details. But then there are uncirculated coins, those that have never been used in commerce, often kept in rolls or mint sets. These coins have all their original luster and detail. And then there are proof coins, specially made for collectors with sharp details and a mirror-like finish. Proof coins are not meant to be spent and are struck multiple times to create that beautiful shine. But wait, there is more. Some of the most valuable 1999 Lincoln pennies are error coins. What are error coins, you ask? These are coins that were accidentally minted with mistakes, and collectors go absolutely wild for them. Imagine a penny that has an off-center strike where the design is not perfectly centered. Or a double die where the image or lettering appears doubled, creating a shadow-like effect. Then there are broad strikes where the coin was not properly held in place, resulting in a stretched or expanded appearance. And guess what? Some of these error coins have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars at auctions. Yes, a small penny turning into a small fortune, but why is the 1999 penny so special? First, let us remember that this was the last full year before the turn of the millennium. Anything produced in 1999 has historical significance because it marks the end of a century and a millennium. And although billions of pennies were made that year, not all of them were made equal. Some were struck with more care, some with less. Some were struck on incorrect planchets, that is, blank pieces of metal intended for other coins, creating extreme rarities. Others have stunning rainbow toning caused by chemical reactions over time, which makes them unique and highly collectible. Now let us dive into the current market value of these coins. According to the latest data, a 1999 Ultra Lincoln penny in regular circulated condition can still sell for up to $0.57467, nearly 60 cents, depending on the buyer and the condition. That is a massive increase over its face value of 1 cent. But hold on, it gets better. High-grade uncirculated examples, graded by companies like PCGS or NGC, can sell for $20, $50, even $100 or more. And if you happen to find a 1999 error penny, especially a dramatic double die or off-center strike, you could be looking at a coin worth several $100s, sometimes even over $1,000. Some of these coins have appeared in famous auction houses like Heritage Auctions and have fetched amazing prices, shocking even experienced collectors. So, what should you be looking for if you want to hunt for these treasures? First, get a good magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe, preferably one with at least 10 times magnification. Check the date carefully for any doubling. Look at Lincoln's eyes, the words Liberty and In God We Trust, for any signs of doubling or strange shifts in the lettering. Examine the edges of the coin to see if it was struck off-center. And always check for unusual coloration such as rainbow toning that can make a coin much more valuable. So there you have it, my friends. The 1999 Ultra Lincoln penny, a coin rich in history, full of secrets, and holding a value that could surprise you. From a simple 1 cent to a potential treasure worth hundreds or thousands of dollars, this little coin proves that there is always more than meets the eye. So next time you get change at the store, make sure to take a close look at your pennies. Who knows, you might be holding a piece of history and a piece of fortune right in your hand. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of coins, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Leave a comment below if you have a 1999 penny or any other rare coin you want us to talk about. Until next time, happy collecting, and remember, every coin has a story. Let me know if you want me to format this into a PDF or ready-to-read document. Today, we are going to talk about one of the most overlooked yet extremely fascinating coins in the numismatic world, the 2006 D Lincoln cent, also known as the Ultra Lincoln penny. You heard that right. This tiny little copper-plated zinc penny from 2006 minted at the Denver Mint might be worth way more than just 1 cent. Some of these coins are selling for crazy prices, and if you own one, you could be sitting on a small fortune. So make sure to watch this video all the way till the end, because I'll also reveal the current market value of this coin, rare error types that boost its value, and how you can spot one in your own collection. Backhand index pointing right. Are you ready to learn about the 2006 D Ultra Lincoln penny? Let's dive right in. First, let's go back and talk about the history of the Lincoln penny to understand why the 2006 D Lincoln cent is so special. The Lincoln cent, as we know it, was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and since then, Lincoln's profile has graced the obverse of the penny. Now, fast forward to 2006, a year when the U.S. Mint struck billions of pennies, and while most were ordinary, some pennies from the Denver Mint, those with the D mint mark, are anything but ordinary. The 2006 D Lincoln cent was produced at the Denver Mint, and while it has a face value of just 1 cent, today, due to unique errors, high-grade conditions, and special collector demand, some of these coins are valued much higher than you can imagine. So, what makes this particular penny so valuable, and why are collectors hunting for it? First, some of these pennies are classified as Ultra Lincoln cents because of their sharp strike, high detail, and rare errors that make them stand out from the ordinary strikes. Second, minting errors. Yes, you heard it right. Many of these coins feature rare and valuable errors like double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die breaks, and more that can skyrocket their value. Third, the condition of the coin plays a huge role. If your penny is in mint state condition, meaning it's almost flawless, then collectors are ready to pay a premium for it. All right, let's talk about some of the rare errors that make these pennies incredibly valuable. Look carefully at Lincoln's profile, especially around the eye, nose, and beard, as well as the date and the word liberty. If you see doubling, that's a double die error, and collectors will pay big bucks for that. If the penny's design is off-center, meaning Lincoln's portrait is shifted and part of the design is missing, this can make the coin highly collectible, depending on how off-center the strike is. The more dramatic the shift, the more valuable it is. These are raised areas or missing parts on the coin caused by a damaged die. Cuds, where a part of the die breaks away and leaves a raised blob on the coin, are rare and very sought after. Sometimes coins are mistakenly struck on incomplete blanks, resulting in pennies that look like they have a piece bitten off. These clipped planchet errors are also highly desirable among collectors. In some extreme cases, pennies may be struck on planchets meant for other coins like dimes, making them super rare and worth hundreds to thousands of dollars. Now the question you've all been waiting for: how much is this coin worth today? Regular circulated 2006 D Lincoln cents are usually worth their face value, 1 cent. But that's not the end of the story. High-grade specimens, especially those graded MS65 to MS67 and above, can sell for $20 to $100 or more, depending on the quality. Coins with rare errors can fetch anywhere from $50 to several hundreds of dollars. Some exceptional examples with dramatic errors have been auctioned for over $1,000. As of now, market collectors value top-grade 2006 D Ultra Lincoln pennies at approximately $574.66. Yes, over 500 times its face value. This value depends on error type, rarity, condition, and demand, so it fluctuates, but that's an amazing return on a single cent. Now let me share some tips on how you can find and possibly sell these coins. First, always check your change. You never know what treasures you might be carrying around. Look carefully for doubling, misaligned designs, odd shapes, or any anomalies. A jeweler's loupe or magnifying glass works great. If you find a potential error coin, take clear photos of both sides and close-ups of the error areas. Consider sending your penny to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A graded coin can fetch much higher prices and attract serious buyers. Once verified, you can sell your coin on platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, or great collections, or to private collectors and dealers who specialize in error coins. So, Why should you start searching for and collecting 2006 Ultra Lincoln pennies? You could be holding hundreds of dollars in your hand without knowing it. Coin collecting is a fascinating and rewarding hobby that connects you with history, art, and economics. Coins like these can appreciate over time, making them not just cool collectibles but also smart investments. The demand for rare coins and error coins has been steadily growing, and coins like the 2006 Ultra Lincoln penny are becoming more and more sought after. So there you have it, friends. The full story, history, and value of the 2006 Ultra Lincoln penny. Who would have thought that a single penny could be worth hundreds of dollars, right? If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of valuable coins, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell icon so you never miss an update on rare coins that might be sitting in your change jar right now. Drop a comment below if you have a 2006 penny or any other interesting coin you want me to review in a future video. I love hearing from fellow treasure hunters like you. Thanks for watching, happy hunting, and I'll see you in the next video. If you want, I can also generate a shorter version or one specific to rare errors only. Want me to make that too?